Goku's power is fury. Now, there's a difference between rage and purpose. Now, most fighters in Dragon Ball lose themselves in anger. It burns them hot, it burns fast, and then they burn out. That's usually how it goes. But Goku's is different. We've been talking about it in this entire series, and if you guys haven't caught up, I should be linking the previous 2 parts in the description box and comment section below. Goku's fury doesn't really destroy him. In fact, it actually sharpens him. You see, every major leap in Goku's power starts with emotion. Not arrogance, not greed, not emotion. When Krillin was killed on Planet Namek, and I was talking about this in the previous episode, that wasn't really just rage. It was heartbreak mixed with responsibility. That moment is what really birthed the first Super Saiyan in 1,000 years. Goku didn't just become a monster, he became a guardian. His anger was not clouding him, it clarified him. He was able to see clearly, in my opinion, for really the first time in his life, despite the emotion and everything he was going through. In that moment, he then felt it was not just his duty, but his responsibility to avenge his friend, to avenge all the innocent life that had been slain by Frieza and his men. Maybe even Vegeta for that, time as well. And there was still some silent mutual respect between the 2 Saiyans as Vegeta unfortunately passed. So that's the difference. Goku's fury is not blind, okay guys, right? It's focused. He doesn't lash out to punish. He strikes to protect. That's why his power spikes feels earned, in my opinion, because they come from connection, not hatred. It's not as if Goku is driven by some mad rage. It's quite the opposite. Goku is able to meditate and to do things. And I mean, come on. Do you remember the episode where Goku literally sent Hit to assassinate himself, essentially, right? And the dude is meditating everywhere, right? Like, you know what I mean? Goku is that guy, okay? So he takes that very seriously. And when you think about it, going back to Dragon Ball Z during the Planet Namek saga when Goku faced Frieza, it wasn't just revenge, it was about ending the cruelty that I mentioned earlier. When he went to fight Cell in the Android Cell saga, he held his fury back. He trusted that Gohan instead would be the one to get the job done. That is control. And I still will see sometimes criticisms of Goku's actions during the Cell saga, and that it was really foolish for him to have let things up to Gohan, despite the fact that Goku is one of the best martial artists in all of the world. If he thinks his son was capable of defeating this villain, no matter how strong he was, it didn't surprise me, and it wouldn't surprise me. It may seem a little bit careless in the moment, but come on, man. Goku knows his own limits, and he can see when someone else has yet to tap into theirs and what that could really mean. Even when you look at when Goku was fighting against Majin Buu, he stayed calm. He understood that emotion would help, and he understood when it would get in the way. And that's the difference. That fight for him and Vegeta both was probably and arguably still, I think to this day, one of their hardest fights in their entire life. I mean, I can't imagine having to fight Buu that long for as long as both of them had to on more than one occasion. And it wasn't like Buu was some pushover. The strongest thing, Buu was going to go on a rampage and start destroying planets all throughout Universe 7. Like that was really going to happen. So with Goku, that balances everything. Most people, again, think Goku's power peaks when he's screaming and then he's doing his... No, man, it's not just that. It's the fact that he is still calm inside that raging storm that you may be seeing. It's when his emotions and his instincts move as one. That is the fury that truly allows Goku to not just navigate the chaos, but to be the clarity in the chaos. It's personally what I love about seeing Goku on the screen when he's about to fight. I'm like, I know he's just gonna be out maneuvering someone, even if there's an advantage that they may have. He adapts. He refuses to not let the battle go unwasted. He will learn as much as he can. That is a martial artist at his core. I'm trying to adapt that mindset still as I become older and grow older and stronger, even in my own personal life, and I hope most of you are still doing the same. But by the time we get to Dragon Ball Super, really, and we lock down here with Super, that idea becomes more crystal clear to Goku. We go to the Tournament of Power, the last arc in Dragon Ball Super's episodic show. You can see that Jiren's strength on one end of the spectrum came from trauma and isolation, right? And then when you compare that to Goku's strength that came from experience and empathy, you can see the difference and why the two fighters were so evenly matched, at least in the beginning. But Goku doesn't just fight because he's angry at the world. He refuses to see it fall. We saw that in Battle of Gods. He told Beerus, I'm not going to let you destroy my world. Goku refuses to let what he thinks is his or part of his world just fall apart with nothing. Again, that's kind of the angel guardian duty in Goku, which will forever be in him. It's part of his character at his core. That's why even Ultra Instinct feels different when we see it on screen. It's really the end point of his emotional evolution. He reaches a place where fury no longer controls him, even if he's able to tap into it, because he can channel it now completely. Everything about essentially what you're seeing of Goku becomes pure energy, right? There's no noise, there's no ego, there's just purpose, there's just mission. It's not that there's necessarily a loss of emotion, but again, it's the mastery of it. Okay? It's the mastery of it. Saiyans, despite being heartless in the beginning, quote unquote, not every Saiyan was like that. Saiyans were capable of emotion. They were capable of feeling empathy, and Bardock was one of those Saiyans to start feeling that from the beginning. Heck, Broly's character, at least rewritten by the late great Akira Toriyama, his rewritten character showed empathy to me at a very early age, despite not knowing what was happening. You know? Only times he didn't was when Paragus was brainwashing him and obviously abusing him, that he was essentially doing what his father Paragus was telling him. But Broly's character alone was showing empathy, I think, in a space where maybe people weren't really paying attention to it. And I think he is even on his journey of mastering his emotions. I mean, Ultra Instinct Broly is a crazy thought. I don't know if we'll ever see that, but it's Dragon Ball. We've probably seen everything, and we may see that. But just to close out here with Goku, every form but for Ultra Instinct even was just Goku learning how to live with his own fire and to live in the moment of fire, right? Super Saiyan was that emotion unleashed for the first time, and then you fast forward again to Super Saiyan Blue, where he was finally able to restrain and control that emotion. Ultra Instinct is the total understood awareness of the assignment, awareness of what is required and necessary for him to maintain that Ultra Instinct-like state. So when we say Goku's power is fury, we're not talking about anger in the typical human sense, right? We're talking about a higher state when the emotion becomes awareness, when Goku's rage becomes really his resolve. And these are the two aspects that I've been talking about in this entire series. That is what makes Goku dangerous. Adaptation, resolve, awareness. It's something any great martial artist has. Goku is not just powerful, he's emotionally disciplined in ways I am still admiring and aspiring to be. I know it sounds crazy to say it's a character, but Goku's character is not made up. It's based off of real principles, real philosophy, real actual people that have existed and lived on this planet. So to say like, oh, are you not following some sort of Dragon Ball philosophy? Whether it's maybe Piccolo, Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Trunks, one of the gods of destruction, maybe one of the Earthlings, right? I mean, it goes deeper than that, right? When you look at it. So Fury, it's not just about losing control, okay? It's a bit about being really so locked in that control becomes a second nature, okay? Goku's mastered that a long time ago, and it's why when Goku finally turns it up in a fight, you can feel, it almost feels like it's rage. It's not, it's controlled fury, it's controlled emotions. Yes, as the fight goes on longer, as maybe things get a little bit more taxing back and forth, emotions are going to get higher for both participants in some way, but it's the mastery and control and restraint of that emotion that usually dictates who wins the fight in the end. It's just my thoughts and my research. You guys feel free to let me know yours in the comment section below. Go from there. Hopefully you have been enjoying it. I believe we have one more part here coming up. That'll be the last one, and it'll be talking about Goku's power-up. Keep that one a mystery for now. Again, if you guys have any thoughts, comment section below. Love to hear what you have to say. As always, stay strong, stay tough, stay fight. I'm there with you all the way, brother. Have a good one. Kaio-Dojo Striker signing out. See you later. Goodbye.